We're a grief camp, and we draw children from really all over Texas. Lots of times children will come over a 3-year progression, which that's really a good thing for us to see how they kind of grow and how they work through the process.
My name is Andy Dunn. I'm the unit coordinator here for the upper camp kids, and I'm here to make sure that the kids have fun, because the truth is some of them haven't had a good time in a while.
I'm Vicente. I'm 16 years old and I'm in 11th grade. I came here for both my grandfathers, my great-grandmother, and my cousin and my little brother.
He started with the death of their baby brother, who was stillborn, and everybody's excited about a baby. And my kids are, not any different. So, when this happened, of course, it was devastating to them. Their cousin who was murdered, they were to go to the same party that he was at. And they weren't able to go, and God knows what would happen if they would have been at that same party.
I had just saw him the night before, and the next morning my mom came in saying, Aaron's gone, he died, and she's freaking out, and I'm freaking out, I don't know what's going on.
Their other grandfather, my dad, seeing him go through cancer for a year, trying to fight that.
He was a good man, and he smiled every day, and he always used to wear baseball caps, and the other one used to walk a cane. I always loved them, they always be in my heart, and I have a cross that my grandfather gave me, and the baseball my other grandfather gave me, and I still have them to this day. I know that they're always going to be with me no matter what.
It's a sad thing. It's, even as I think about it and talk about it, it's not, it makes me feel, it makes me wonder, if I feel bad talking about it now, I wonder how my kids felt. If it's as difficult for an adult to just even talk about it, you can imagine kids 13, 14, 15, even younger than that.
Lots of times when we see them very close into the death, they're really in kind of a shock phase. If we see them a little later, lots of times they're really angry about it.
As I mentioned earlier, Vincent, came in his second year with, he was a little angry, and something hit him just right.
I was doubting myself, and I was doubting God, and I really shouldn't have done that.
Those emotions that children have been taught to kind of bury down have risen to the top in him.
I was wondering, why did he take my little brother? Why did he take my grandpa? Why did he do this? And Victor came in and tried to calm me down, and I was punching the doors, everything.
He thought the best way I can control this is to punch the wall. And that was the excuse that he was able to give me.
I asked them, I said, what am I gonna do if my mom goes? I love my mom. And they go, I hate to say it, but life honestly goes on. I came back outside and my knuckle was just puffy and swollen.
We ended up having to take him to have it x-rayed. It swelled up pretty quickly.
I appreciate Andy so much. He actually drove late at night. We took him to the ER. He actually stayed there with me, and I appreciate that. He's a good man.
I was definitely able to connect with him, and I think that solidified our bond. As adult and camper, but also as friend and friend.
Teenage boys, they're not. Society doesn't tell them to be open and free with their emotions. They usually come here and they're a little leery of trusting each other with real sensitive information.
First time I came here at grief, I didn't see nothing at all. I was just quiet. I don't want to talk about my family. It's not their business. But then they talked about theirs, and I was I let loose. Just talk about it, and I feel so much better, 100% complete better.
I think professionally it is the single best intervention I've ever seen. 2 or 3 days into this week, they've spent 6 months worth of time together. If we were in a 1 hour per week format, we're able to do a lot more with them because of the strength of the relationships they build because of living together in the cabin.
You're with these guys 24/7 for a whole week, and it gets really emotional sometimes during therapy and stuff, but here I can say whatever because I know I can trust these guys. This camp is really all about trust, and that's the way I see it, just trust. So yeah, where would Vincent be without camp? I don't know.
but I think he's definitely better off for having come here.
Well, about like a day before we leave, or 2 days before we leave, we paint these rocks, and we put our lost loved ones' initials or our name or anything that resembles them. We paint them on there, and we plant a tree. I feel like it resembles a new life. Like they're still with us no matter what.
At the time when we first filled out the application, I had recently become unemployed. After unemployment ended, of course, I've been on disability since. So, we're bound by, limited income. So we were able to apply for that campership, and they were very generous and covering, I'd say, almost 80% of it. I think I only had to pay a few bucks here and there to cover their expense. God, I know there's a lot of people who contribute to it, to Campfire, and I sure do appreciate that. People like me, who don't have that means, but have the children that need to go, I do appreciate it.
We definitely couldn't do it without the donors and their generous support, because this is a nonprofit organization. No one here makes money. Everyone that comes out here is giving up something to be able to come and try to make some kind of impact. And without donors, we couldn't do that. It wouldn't happen.
Around every single time we have like a special night, like I said, like a movie night or a magician, I'm always smiling. Last night was a magician. Man, the whole time I was smiling. I enjoyed it so much. This place really, it's going to create so many memories, and whoever comes later in the future, they're going to love it even more, because they probably have more air conditioning and stuff, But no matter what, I think this place will always keep every little kid smiling.